So I said, have a lovely day. Facebook Marketplace is a wonderful tool. You can buy pre-loved goods for incredibly great prices. One person's trash is another person's treasure. So for this video, the idea is simple. I'm gonna try and find an old bike, do it up, give it a little bit of TLC and flip it for a profit. But before we get into this video, before we do anything, I should probably get a bed for this room. Thank you to Emma Sleep for sponsoring today's video. As a professional athlete, sleep is something that is incredibly important to me, and ensuring I have the best equipment on the market is vital. That's why I opt for Emma Sleep's Divan and Mattress. Sleep is the main period of time where your body is in a state of rest, where it is able to recover from the effects of training, and consequently make you a better athlete. The Emma Divan and Mattress boasts a range of features. Benefit from extra space within the two integrated drawers without having to sacrifice style. All beds are handmade within the UK, giving you that extra peace of mind when it comes to quality. Emma Sleep are that confident that your sleep will improve whilst sleeping on their mattresses that they have a 200-day risk-free guarantee. With its Halo memory foam and aerosol technology, which aids breathability, the technology behind Emma Sleep is here to support you no matter your sleeping position or location. You're guaranteed to wake up feeling your best in the morning. Right now, Emma Sleep have a crazy discount. Right now, you can use my code CameronSleep for an additional exclusive discount on top of their site-wide 50% off. Or click the link in the description box down below for your Emma Sleep products. All right, and we're done. Almost done. That whole process was so quick. It took about 10 minutes, I reckon. The mattress came all nice and compact and compressed, and soon as I let it out of its airtight container, it just expanded. It isn't fully expanded yet. It takes 2 to 6 hours for it all to fully set. But how quick was that? However, we're not quite done yet. Okay, now we are done. So I've been searching and searching on Facebook Marketplace. I've been wanting to film this video for the best part of 2 months. But prices of bikes, and in particular second-hand bikes, much like everything else in the world right now, it's just not it. It's not the one. So trying to find a second-hand bike that's cheap enough that I think we can make some margin and make some profit on has been proven very difficult. However, I think I might have found one that could potentially be suitable. Though right now it was listed for £225, it's been reduced to 200, and I think that's still a little bit expensive. So I don't want to pay £200 for this bike. But the caption is what is drawing me in. It's enticing me in, and I'm reading between the lines here, but I don't think this is a cyclist. I think this is someone who's pretty new to the sport, just by the things that they're saying in the description. This bike is actually a little bit of a classic, and there's a couple of unique features about this bike which, to the trained eye, to the cyclist, to the long-term cyclist like me, for example, I can spot these from the pictures, but the seller has failed to mention them in his post, which leads me to believe he doesn't really know too much about the bike. He also states that he has changed the clipless pedals to normal flat pedals because he doesn't have clip-in boots. The chap's name is James. So I'm just going to send him a message and say, hello mate, is this still available? Because it might not even be available. Now we just have to wait, sit tight, cross our fingers, and hopefully he replies. Okay, we have an update. James has replied and he said, evening, yes mate, it's still available. Perfect. Now I need to try and get him down as low as possible from £200, because I think £200 is at the minute, in the condition that the bike is in, is probably like the top end of the limit. So I'm just going to quickly say, would you take 150 cash for the bike? Send. So after going backwards and forward over a number of messages with James, we managed to come to an agreement of £180. This was slightly more than I wanted to pay, but I think we're still good. So the following morning, I went to the bank, withdrew the cash, and headed to pick up the bike. All right, sports fans, here we go. this is the bike, this is what we've found, and this is what we've purchased for £180. It's a Fausto copy Sanremo. It's in this blue and red colorway. I don't know what year it is exactly just yet. I haven't managed to find it on the internet, but judging by the tubing on the bike and the components that are on the bike, I'm going to guess it's an early 2000s. And upon initial inspection, I mean, for a bike that is over 20 years old at a guess, it's in incredibly good condition. There is almost no marking on the frame. I think it's the original framework because we've got a couple of stamps here from when the bike was manufactured and made. So I don't think this has been resprayed at any point. There's one little mark. Okay, there's two main marks. There's a slight little abrasion of the paint on the top tube and a little bit on the rear stay. But I mean, compared to my race bike from this year, this is in a much better condition. Let's have a quick look if the gears even work, because I haven't checked anything. All right, yeah, okay, the gears work. Absolutely spot on. Little ring. Okay, the front chainring definitely needs indexing. It drops straight down to the bottom bracket, but that's a minor issue. A couple of the unique features which really drew me to the bike. Firstly, this rear derailleur. It's a Dura-Ace 9-speed derailleur. Those things aren't exactly cheap, and I think the front derailleur is also a Dura-Ace derailleur. But aside from that, I think everything on this bike is pretty much original. Potentially even the chain. And I've got this handy chain wear tool to see if the chain is worn or not. And according to this, it is about 0.3, so it's well under the recommended stretch levels before it needs to be changed. But because there is a bit of rust on it, I'm going to change it anyway and put a new chain on there. That's also, okay, it's going to cost us about 10 quid, but I think we'll get that extra £10 when we say that there's a new chain on the bike within the listing when we go to resell this bike. Upon further inspection, I can see that the brake pads are worn as well, so we're going to have to replace those. The chain has been taken off, and I think first things first, we just need to give the bike a good old-fashioned clean, polish it up and get those colours really popping. The bike's clean now, and whilst the wheels are off, I'm going to put the new brake pads in, then we'll put the wheels back in, measure up and install the new chain. So I just realised that I haven't actually rode the bike yet. I don't know if it rides or if, you know, there's any issues with riding the bike. Just brought it out now, adjusted the front mech so the chain wasn't dropping anymore, and it is riding sweet. There's very little noise. Honestly, there's no noise coming from this bike. Everything seems pretty tight. The headset is actually a little bit loose, so I need to have a look at that. But yeah, man, she's all good. Now everything is done from a functional point of view with this bike. We've got it in a nice working order. I just need to take a look at the headset, but I'm pretty sure it's nothing more than just, yeah, doing up the top cap a little bit tighter, and that'll fix that issue. But now, other than taking some nice professional pictures and getting this bike back up for sale, there's one thing left that we need to do, and that's work on the bike from an aesthetic point of view. So first things first, we need to put the original look clipless pedals back on. Secondly, what I'm going to do is flip the stem and drop it down a little bit and put the saddle up. Now, I know when you buy a bike, you set it up to be as comfortable as possible, and I expect the next owner to probably change the things I'm going to do to the bike. I'm going to drop the stem so the stem's riding negatively, but I think just from an aesthetic point of view, it's going to make the bike look a little bit better. It's only marginal things, but I think it's these slight minute details which is going to get us top dollar for this bike. So I'm going to ride home and do that now before and after. You see? So once the sun was setting down and we had that golden hour lighting, I decided to head out and get some photos for our listing, and I'm back home now just doing a little bit of research and trying to find yeah, some more details about the bike, a little bit of history, even the year that it was from. So far, I'm struggling to find out too much about the history of the bike, but what I have found is a similar listing of the exact same bike, which doesn't even look to be in as good a condition as the one that I have is in. And as you can see from the screenshot on the screen right now, this bike was sold for €300. So I think, with a decent, description, a decent set of pictures, which I think we've managed to get, we could potentially get £300. I'm feeling optimistic here because there's two audiences that I'm going to try and tap into. Firstly, we've got the collector's audience, someone who wants to buy this because, of the bike, of the age of the bike, of the condition of the bike. But also, on the contrary, it's a perfect bike for someone who wants to get into cycling. So hopefully the combination between those two markets, we can find a buyer. All right, here we go. This is the description. I've tried to keep it short and concise and just have all the information that is required. We've got the pictures here, which I think look pretty good. So I'm gonna hit publish. All right, we're live. Now we wait. Hello, sports fans. So, about a week has passed now, and I can update you all and tell you the bike, as of today, the bike has now sold. It was not without its hiccups though. We had a few little problems, a few low ballers, a few scammers along the way, but we managed to get there. Firstly, we had a message from Jose, who was in Portugal. He said, "Is this item still available?" I said, "Hi Jose, yes it is, cheers." He said, "Okay, I am for the purchase. However, for professional reasons, I am currently unable. For an undetermined period of time, I intend to send you cash in an envelope by mail via Happy Post Express Mail delivery service to your home. The Happy Post driver will pick up the package for me at the same time they give you the cash. Is this payment method convenient for you?" I said, "Bank transfer only." No response. Now the second message was from Jacqueline, and she said, "Is this article still available?" I said, "Hello, yeah it is." She said, "Okay, I'll take it, but I'd like to come today. But I'm currently busy with work. I'll send a DPD driver to your home to give you your cash and pick up the item." So I said, "Have a lovely day." Apparently this is a common scam currently going around Facebook Marketplace, and I wasn't just being mean to her. I mean, it's probably a him. But finally we had a message from James, and he said, "Is this item still available?" I said, "Yes it is." He said, "I'm interested, but would you be able to post it as I'm based in North Yorkshire?" I said, "Yes, that should be no problem. Happy to include the postage in the full price." He said, "Would you take $260?" I said, "I've only just dropped it from 300 to 280. Ideally, I want 280. He said, "270. I said, "Meet me in the middle at 275. He said, "Okay, deal." And I said, "Mega, bank transfer, okay." Sent him my details. That was all sweet. I said I'll get it posted in the next day or two. He has since sent me his address, and I'm on my Monzo account right now on my phone, and I can see a payment for $275 from James. So there we go. There you have it. It has taken about a week to sell the bike. We only spent 2 or 3 hours actually working on the bike in terms of like the work, but it did take us a week to sell the bike. We ended up making around £75 profit for that work. I'm going to post the exact number on the screen right now. Okay, quick side note, I'm going to be donating the whole of this £76.01 to charity. So let me know in the comments down below what charity I should donate this money to. Perhaps it's one that's close to your heart. I'm going to pick which one in a day or two, then leave in the pinned comment down below who I have selected. But there you have it. Can you make money on Facebook Marketplace by buying and selling old bikes? Yes, you can. It's not easy, especially in this current climate, to find a bike with a nice margin, but it is doable.
If she needs some good, tell her she can hop on. She know I'm the top dog, I know she a hot one. Balenci's on her feet, and you know I got the socks on. She said with my hot sauce, she ain't with no